Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. I want to thank all of our listeners from all over the world. Please do subscribe and share if you're not already. All right, let's get into it.
Aussie Dad.
And another thing. How you doing, my man?
Another thing.
How you been?
Oh, let's not talk about that.
We'll keep that for
Why-
the private messages.
Why you trying to get off on the left foot?
I don't know.
I've actually got the right foot.
Yeah, I've actually got this weird thing. Whereas if I'm ever putting on a pair of shoes, I've always got to put my right foot in first. I don't know what it is, but I just do it every single time.
You put your right foot in, you take your left foot out. You bang your bitch in the ass and then you wipe it all out.
Oh,
And
shit.
that's what it's all about. Hey, come on, kids, let's all sing along.
I know that you know this one. Oh,
You suck
shit.
my left nut first, you suck my right nut next. And that's what it's all about. Skate, skate.
All the sound effects are just them gagging.
Yeah. I forget who it was, but I was talking with this person and I came up with this thing. The best way to get anybody's attention is to just grab them by the ears and stick your dick straight down their throat.
Hey, well, the best thing about that is every single yawn is a potential blowjob.
Hey, deep throaters. Like, hey, you got my pretty tonsils, young lady. I'm just saying. Oh, shucks. Oh, was that my outside voice? Oh, gosh.
I said the loud part quiet and the quiet part loud. Oh, my God, I did it again.
Oh, skate, I done did it again. Oh, God, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, daughter.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Lord. I got no boundaries.
You are from Canada, ain't you, boy?
I weren't from Canada. I'm more kind of a West Virginia type folk. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, would you look at that? We even got a knock at the door already.
And I ain't even got to go. There's already a bear
Well,
knocking at the cave door. What you know?
Aussie Dad, open talk. Anything about wrestling you're thinking about right now, or that's not the talk we're doing right now? So, in the world of professional wrestling, do you have anything to say?
Kangaroo wrestling? What do you have to say about kangaroo wrestling? Aussie Dad.
Kangaroo wrestling. It's all that kangaroo boxing. Boxing is what kangaroos doing. I got fucking boxed up real bad by one of those. So
That's why I'm saying,
keen to talk about that.
You got no chance boxing a kangaroo, right? So your best chance is to wrestle it, right? Like grab it by the waist and get her to the ground.
Do a nice little German suplex. Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, just like that famous date rape move, right?
Yeah. My favorite.
right around the neck and to the ground. Oh shit!
Oh fuck! Now Cannon's a big wrestling fan, just like myself. We're big into wrestling these days. We love our wrestling, whether it's gator wrestling or whether it's men in tights. I just love wrestling.
Sometimes I just like to beat the shit out of my own little colonel. Shit.
Oh, you
Speaking
gotta love
of
that
wrestling,
colonel.
he's got a mind of his own. I tell you what. Can I get an Australian what? I tell you what. Come on. I know you can do it.
I tell you what.
There it is. There it is. You heard it, folks.
I'll tell you what in tarnation are you talking about?
Live from down under, you heard it here. You heard it here live, folks.
You want an Australian kiss?
Right.
It's like a French kiss, but down under.
Woo-ha! Well, that's a tickler. We call it the Australian tickler, otherwise known as a down under French kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Hoo-ah!
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 Oh, shit.
The old Australian tickler. And you follow that up with the 4-knuckle fister.
4-knuckle fister with your sister.
Hey, now we're back in Virginia. What you know?
God damn it, we're always gonna get back goddamn fucking damn Virginia, man.
What you mean? Yep.
Oh shit. Let's see what Cannon has to say.
Do wrestling. Do.
Wait, come on now, grease it up. Come on, Grandma, get in the pit.
It's crazy. I didn't realize, but wrestling is massive over in the States. Like pro wrestling is huge over there. Over in Australia, it's just like, if you like it, you're considered a fucking weird nerd. It's just like, well,
same here, bro. Okay. But there's millions of people that love it. Crazy. You know what else is big here in the States?
What?
NASCAR. You know what they do?
Oh, they just drive around in fucking circles.
They drive in a fucking circle, bro. And there's a huge crowd of people that are like, yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's my guy. Because you know what? He goes in a circle better than any of them other motherfuckers. That's right.
And then they come out with, fuck Bush.
Wow.
Fuck
like, really?
Bush.
You could sit and watch somebody drive in a circle for 3 hours? Like, I call it Darwinism. Yeah. Like, if there's any place that should be ground zero for, like, a nuclear test, that would be it. Right? Let's test our new weaponry at NASCAR. Come on.
Yeah,
tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know how people do it. Like, I mean,
tell me I'm wrong.
I can go to like the horse races. I can go watch a horse race, but you know they're not going around the same fucking course for 300 fucking laps.
They either do 1 lap, they do 2 laps, or they do 4 laps, whatever it is, quarter mile, half mile race, whatever. And it's real animals, like, and there's major skill there, right? It's the relationship between the rider and the animal is a lot of it, right? I've looked into this a little bit. I grew up next to a horse racing place.
Oh, really?
And a horse show. Yeah. So on one end of my street, I had a rodeo, and the other end, I had a horse show. So that was like the entertainment, right?
Shit, yeah.
That and watching the bodies burn at the crematorium. That was our entertainment as a kid. Because when you went to the crematorium and if you saw fumes coming out of the chimney, you're like, oh, they're torching somebody.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, you could see it.
Yeah,
and we played leapfrog on the graves. And, I had a wholesome childhood. Back when we used to burn bugs with magnifying glasses and stuff,
Oh, yeah. All the stuff kids don't do these days.
That's right.
And now all these kids do is fucking sit inside on their iPads and their, fucking Xbox and PlayStations. That's it. You don't see kids out in the streets these days.
Oh, yeah. You don't see kids, like, starting fires. You don't see kids starting, like, forest fires with magnifying glasses anymore.
What losers.
No, you fucking losers. Come on, aim high. I mean, start with ants, of course, right? Like, oh, she's blowing up Waddy. Bam! Right? But then you move up to like burning shit. Yeah. Right?
Oh Jesus!
Am I alone?
I think no, you're fucking right. I even did it. I did it at my school when I was in like grade 2. Me and my friends, like, we put a
Well, you
whole
don't
heap
want to
of
burn
toilet
down the
paper.
school, bro.
Oh no, you don't want
That's
to burn
going
down
a
the school,
little big.
but the toilets, the toilet block that was at the school, that was fine to burn up. That wasn't too bad.
You know
We
what the
literally just filled the toilet bowl with a whole heap of toilet paper, and then put it all out. So we're like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. It'll go out because it's in water.
right? And yeah, it's on a tile floor. So what the fuck could it do in a tile room? So it can't do any damage. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Oh my God. So
it wasn't that bad.
you know what some of my
But
classmates used to do?
What's that?
They would take an M80, which is a quarter stick of dynamite, and they would light that and then flush it down the toilet, and it would boom, and it would explode the pipes and cause a major. It would turn the toilet into like a geyser fountain.
Holy shit!
Yeah, all of a sudden the toilet's exploded in 1,000 pieces, and there's just a fountain going like.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, I grew up with a bunch of punk asses.
Yeah, I bet.
Of course, so I grew up in the 70s, right? When divorce was new, right? So
Yeah.
it was the first time in like basically in history, for the most people, certain people were outliers, but for the most part, this was the first time that people had one parent, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden divorce was like rampant, right? Like everybody I knew had one parent at home. So when that parent was at work, it was party on. Right?
Wow, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So
Now you look at it, fucking every second person's divorced and single parents and crazy times.
Right. But they got a handle on the like, oh, we can't really just let our kids run like wild animals. We can't do that because it doesn't work out so well. Most of them end up in jail.
Yeah.
So they learned the hard way. But dude, 3 people I went to high school with ended up in the federal penitentiary. One of them for trying to take over the federal government, like ripped off a bunch of automatic weapons from an army depot and was going to secede from the U.S. government and take over the highest mountaintop in the area. And they were funded by a billionaire.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's like some serious stuff right there.
It's called, look it up. It's called the Pendragon Murders. There were 3 murders surrounding this plot because all of a sudden these punk ass kids got greedy and they're like, well, fuck, why can't I just start taking shit for myself? Whoops.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
And then they brought down the whole thing. But one of them was my neighbor, this guy, Steve Crossy. And
No way.
he ended up going to San Quentin for life for stabbing this guy in the heart with a fucking screwdriver, throwing him in a river wrapped in chains. What a dumbass. You got to chop the body up. Like, what a dumbass. Have you not watched any fucking movies? Come on. So
yeah, exactly.
He wrapped one fucking chain around the thing, throws his body in a fucking river. Of course the thing floats up and he gets busted like a week later, right? Like, what a fucking idiot. But he was my neighbor. Yeah. Right there, dude.
Jesus. There's a claim to fame.
Yeah. And he was the neighbor that, like, the way I knew him is because he always used to steal motorcycles and cars, and he would be evading the cops, like, through our condo complex, right? Like, wah, 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 wah. And he'd have cops, like, hot on his tail, but he knew the neighborhood, so he'd always lose them.
Jesus. Yeah, especially when you know.
So he was kind of like a folk hero. He was kind of like a folk hero to the kids, right?
Yeah.
He was like the guy that the cops couldn't catch. But then he turned into a murderer and just a piece of shit.
And then the cops finally caught him.
Guess what? Yeah, forensics work. You're not going to get away.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You will not get away, motherfucker. And this other guy, This other guy I grew up with, dude, he was a crazy little bastard. He was like 5'4", right? So he was the young guy, but he was the ringleader, right? He was the crazy ringleader.
Jesus.
So he, excuse me, I'm choking on potatoes. So he recruited all these badass dudes to work under him, kind of, which is weird. He was like Dr. Evil, charismatic little
Wow.
dude. I knew him for like 3 years.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
So where's
He
the little
ended
guys?
He ended up breaking into a military weapons depot, stealing a bunch of automatic weapons and laser weapons. And he was associated with that same plot with the other guy. They were going to secede from the United States, take over Mount Tamalpais, and Marin County was going to become its own like country. Which, yeah, good luck with that, because the U.S. government has nukes, and they would just fucking fuck you up. You're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, like if it gets to that point, they're like, well, so we got to write off San Francisco. Oh, well.
Bye.
Oh, well. Send it. Right? You will not. Yeah, there's no way. Come on. Kidding me? Can't fight this machine.
Some people are so stupid.
The only way we could fight this machine is with jokes and words like we're doing right now, brother.
Exactly. Exactly. And they can't
Right?
stop us from doing it either.
Well, they can, but until they fucking hang me from my own doorway, I'm
keep doing it,
motherfucker. Yeah. And just so you know, and so it's on record, Aussie Dad, if I was to ever kill myself, it would never be by hanging, because that would be the most brutal and excruciating way to go, right? So, and that's always how assassins do it, right? Like that's how Jeffrey Epstein was done. That's how Chris Cornell was done. That's how the singer Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, that's how he was done. All choked from behind.
Yeah.
Straight up assassin move.
It'd be the absolute worst way, I reckon.
Now, do you know the correlation between Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell?
I do not.
You know, Chester Bennington died 1 year to the day after Chris Cornell, right?
I did not know that. I'm getting some valuable information. Yeah.
Same method. You didn't know that either?
No. It's not something that really gets published here.
So the public story was he mimicked it because he loved him so much. Like, really?
Wow.
Really? Now, here's the real deal. Chris Cornell's wife started a nonprofit organization to investigate child trafficking, sex trafficking.
What?
Chester Bennington was molested as a child. He invested heavily in this nonprofit, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Chris Cornell and him became best friends after this. They sang on stage at each other's concerts. They became best friends.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the understory that nobody talks about. They were closing in on the Pizzagate, the Jeffrey Epstein. They were closing in on the worldwide pedophilia ring. Both of these guys were killed a year before Jeffrey Epstein. 2 years. Now check this out. Now all of a sudden Jeffrey Epstein comes out. Now is it that unfathomable to think, like, wait a minute, if Jeffrey Epstein can be murdered in jail, meaning whoever had him killed had the ultimate power, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So is it really unfathomable to think that Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington were taken out because they were invested and working on sex trafficking? If you look at each of these stories independently, I might sound crazy, but when you look at all of them,
it's like, together,
wait a minute.
Yeah, they all make sense and they all come together.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, that's full on.
It's full on.
Yeah, it's not something that you hear every day, that's for sure.
And whoever the fuck killed Jeffrey Epstein is still alive walking the streets. Right?
All right, yeah.
And got paid, I would imagine.
He got really paid.
He got paid, right? Like, come on. Like, that's $1 million hit, right? Like, okay, we need you to go into a jail.
Yeah.
We're going to take out the video cameras. The guards will be asleep, I promise. And I need you to strangle this guy. Okay, done. Wow, that's a high-paying gig.
Oh, of course it is. Jesus.
And then after you complete that gig, you might die in a plane crash. Right?
Yes.
Because they got to clean up the trail. They got to clean up the trail.
Fucking hell.
That's how it works. That's how it works, bro. All of a sudden, I didn't get funny there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get heavy on people. I didn't mean to get heavy.
It's all
but
good.
Hey, call me Heavy D. Yo, yo.
Y'all want some of this Heavy D?
And another thing, you want some Heavy D? Because I got some light D over here.
I'm all about the girth, baby. That's why it's so gosh darn heavy, I goddamn tell you what.
That's right. It might be 2 inches long, but it's 5 inches wide, baby.
It's thicker than a snicker, I tell you what.
I mean, it's going to hurt going in, but then you ain't going to feel nothing.
You ain't going to feel nothing ever again down there.
And that's what I meant to say is you ain't ever going to feel nothing ever again once I'm done with you. That's like fisting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So have you ever heard a queef after fisting?
I'm sure it smells delightful.
Well, it's the best queef ever. I mean, it's kind of like that balloon.
Hello, you still there? What just happened then? I have no idea what happened then. Woo! Woo!
I know you
Yeah,
felt
when we're
it.
talking about sister fucking or cousin fucking, that's not Virginia. That's West Virginia or Alabama. So let's leave it for Alabama or Mississippi when it comes to incest between siblings. All right, because they're the shits.
Now bang your sister.
Alabama!
Slamabama.
Oh man. So all right. So what is it? It's West Virginia and Alabama. They're the
West
sister cousin.
Virginia, Mountain Mama, suck me dry. I mean, take me home. My bad.
We've got our own version of that in Australia. It's called. I don't know if you've ever looked at the map of Australia, but there's this tiny little island right down the bottom right-hand corner called Tasmania. And
oh, fuck that. Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
That guy, right?
Yeah, that's the exact one. Yeah, but that's pretty good. You sure you're not from Tasmania?
No, yeah.
They are considered to have 2 heads, and they all fuck their sisters and their mothers and they don't fuck their wives. So they're all inbred fucks.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, they're literally just.
Now you know what we could do.
Yeah.
Now, if I was a billionaire, this is the kind of shit I would do. I would send a couple of those motherfuckers with $1 million to West Virginia. Just see what happens. Just see what happens. Right? They're going to start a meth empire. They're going to start inbreeding. There's going to be 3-nostriled motherfuckers. Like, it's going to be insane. Like, and then you open a circus, right?
Then you open a circus, because they'll already be there and they'll all want a job together.
Well, I mean, you got to start the breeding program well before the circus, right?
Of course. I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Fundamentals.
Yeah.
I fucking love you, man.
Oh, I love you too. God damn, it's good to hear
You're
your
fucking hilarious, bro. Same,
yeah.
man.
It's
Same,
tough.
man.
It's being the funny guy, isn't it? It's just tough.
It's been too long, man.
It has. It has.
We should do like a monthly thing.
Definitely. I'm always keen for that. I'm finding I've got a little bit more time now because I've got like an hour drive to work every day, so I'm like, fuck it. It's going to make it easier for me to just do a show while I'm driving, so might as well just do that.
Yeah, way safer than masturbating while driving.
Well, I don't know. I'm a bit of a seasoned campaigner when it comes to that, you know. Wank, 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 wank. Oh,
Spanking and driving, eh?
I'm bloody lucky because I've got windscreen wipers on the inside now. I pretty
shit. Because, my boy over here, he's hitting the ceiling.
Oh, what feeling! Jizzing on the ceiling.
You must be highly hydrated, my friend. Skeet, motherfucking skeet.
Is that pineapple juice I taste in my mouth? Oh, wait, no, that's jizz.
No, that's jizz, but I like to drink a lot of pineapple juice just in case. I don't like to offend people. Enjoy.
Yum, yum, yum. Should we see what what else Cannon has to say?
Catmandu?
I think we should.
When you look at the numbers, NASCAR is like not as big as wrestling right now. Plain and simple. If we're going to look at the numbers, no fake news. NASCAR has its place in the States, and it's a tradition, but professional wrestling has a larger role, and that's the last thing I'll say about professional wrestling on this podcast. Do 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 do.
Yes, hit it. Do, 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 do. Look,
I'm thinking Cannon. I'm thinking Cannon might be a pro wrestler or a former pro wrestler. I'm just throwing that out there. He seems really into it.
Oh yeah, dude, right? We love wrestling. We've got a few guys that are.
What happened?
Oh, you there? No, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh no! Why does Daddy still mine?
In the States, it created a whole generation of latchkey kids, to where one parent wasn't there. So, like he said, when the cats are away, the mice are going to play, and that played a big part of a lot of what happened in the 80s, early 90s when it comes to the development of children, because we did just only have that one parent that cared, and then the parent we could play, Nerf ball with if we wanted to. So yeah, true facts. Happened in the States.
Yeah, true facts. Thank you for mentioning that, Cannon. And do you remember lawn darts? So here's another thing that came around about that time. It might have come around right before divorce. Maybe this was before divorce. Like, I can't get away from my husband. I'm going to kill my children. So there was this game called lawn darts, where you had these giant, darts, right? Where you throw them at a dartboard.
Yeah.
Imagine those a foot long, and you throw them up in the air, and you put a hoop on the ground on the lawn, like 20 feet away, like, let's see if we can make it in the hoop. Whoops, I hit Bobby in the head. Oh shit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, lawn darts, dude. It took 20 years for him to get outlawed.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was a thing when I was a kid, and I think it came from like, fuck these kids. You know?
Fuck these kids.
These kids is driving me crazy. We got to come up with this. I got it. Here, let's have them go play with these here things. Throw them up in the air, and it might hit them in the head. It just might.
You just never know. I tell you what.
Yeah, I tell you what.
I tell you what.
Wait, you done conjured my inner Bill Clinton when you said what, and I gotta say, what is up, my friend? How you
Oh, I keep getting cut off here. I don't know if... Oh, no. I don't even know if you can hear me. Oh, no. What happened again? Uh-oh. How the hell do I know if you guys can hear me or if you can hear Dave? I don't know who anybody can hear. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear Dave? Hello?
Now I can hear you. Now I hear you. We had a wee disconnection there.
We had a little technical difficulties, but we're back in action.
I was trying to do my Bill Clinton, and I was asking you if you'd ever seen my wife Hillary's pancake ass titties, 'cause they're flattered and shit.
No, but I tell you what, I saw that Monica Lewinsky's, and I thought they were all right.
All right. You know what? I used to marinate 4 cigars at a time up in there so I could rotate each one, right? You know, once it got marinated enough, wank, if you know what I mean, once it was saturated with the juices, then I would commence the sucking and the lighting. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you know?
That's what I like to hear.
You seen Bill Clinton lately?
I have not.
The motherfucker got AIDS, I swear to God. Look at him.
Really? That bad, huh?
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, he's straight up dying of AIDS right now. He's a fucking skeleton of a person, and like he doesn't even know who he caught it from.
Jeepers. That's a scary thought.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but like, you know, couldn't happen to a better person though. Ooh, skidoo, cool, good. Know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Oh, we keep getting
I think we have a massage.
Oh, mon chéri.
The Chris Cornell and Chester thing is weird. They talk to each other about their alcoholism like battles, and they're also with the depression and having mental issues. And the fact that 1 year later, the fact that we lost Chester also, it was hard because I was a huge Chris Cornell fan. You know, Audio Slave, Alice in Chains. You know, damn, yeah, it was hard. And yeah, I mean, just like Tickler the dog. You know what I mean? Like Chris Cornell's voice, you can never recreate that. You can never recreate his voice and his passion. And Chester did the unthinkable to replace Scott Weiland in STP. Go figure. So you can't create those voices. They are there.
Yeah. Oh, and he just named Scott Weiland. So Scott Weiland was unreplaceable, right? But instead of canceling the band, they got Chester Bennington, and he was actually able to pull it off. I mean, it wasn't as good as Weiland, of course.
We just had a little disconnect again. I think we have. Oh no.
Yes, lawn darts with the shits. I can't remember the lesbian Canadian comedian that like she had a really good bit on like lawn darts and all the hardcore like things they grew up with at that time to where we grew up with also with the metal slides. Being there in the sun, and we would like ride in the side, ride down the hot metal slide, like ouch, 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 yeah. Toys back then or playgrounds back then were death traps, just plain death traps. Like lawn darts was just there to like survival of the fittest. That's what they were there for. Cheers.
Straight up, lawn darts were for population control. Here you go, kids. Have fun.
Enjoy, and I might see you later,
Enjoy.
Tommy, but I might not.
Yeah, and then there's microscopic print on the back, right? Like, fuck off. You can't sue us. You bought this on your own free will. Fuck off. Kill your kid.
Go ahead, Jew. Make my day.
There you go. Oh, are you Palestinian? Oh. Oh.
Oh, no. We didn't just go there, did we?
I think we did. Hey, oh, fuck you, Jew. No, fuck you. No, I mean, fuck you too. No, you say fuck you too. No, fuck your mother. Fuck it, your mother.
Oh, shit. Hey, I'm going to have to get going because I'm just up at the shops.
Hey, there we go. Hoo-ah.
Sorry, my dude. But I reckon I did say that Cannon has requested to join the chat. So if you want to keep the good times rolling, I'm sure Cannon will gladly take my place.
I'm gonna let him in. Cannon, come on back.
Come on down.
Well,
all right,
Aussie, dude. Always a pleasure,
good.
bro.
Always, and we'll try and make this a more regular thing. Now that I've got a more consistent...
once a month. If for my mental health, if for no other reason, you know what I mean?
And that's what
it's gonna help us.
You need in a situation to like to have that dumpster to like you built up within a month to have somebody to talk to like get all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Just get it all out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now it's your problem.
You can speak to. Oh, we're not going there yet. We're not going yet. We've only just danced just yet. So
exactly, right? Like I can dump all my shit on you now. Now it's your problem. Now I feel great.
Thanks, guys. No, it's a really good platform for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You can sort of get your feelings out. Man. No worries. All right, you guys take it easy. I'll speak to you guys soon.
Much love, man.
Much. I appreciate it.
See ya.
I love. So.
And he's off.
I would have to tell you, I went a little creep on you, and I saw your Instagram, and you had a line in your description saying voice for hire. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't kill people. I make people laugh.
And dude, that's in the my comments. That's a fucking t-shirt, dude. That's a t-shirt. Voice for hire, dude. Please patent that. Please,
dude. You're right. I'm writing it down right now. You are a fucking genius. How did I?
Who doesn't like, if it comes to Clinton, somewhat cushy Jewish princess that's willing to do all the shit she was willing to do in that White House? Who doesn't want that? Dave, I gotta say, I went on your gram and I saw the whole deal, Mr. Smith, voice for hire, or I'm not sure what that moniker was. Dude, that's a fucking t-shirt. I love that. And with my voice, I totally understand it also. So yeah, that's a fucking t-shirt, dude. Go on some sort of where you can make some merch off that. Voice for hire. That's great.
Dude, I love that idea. Sorry, I got disconnected for a second. The app is glitching.
That's okay. They're putting more. Dude, what they're doing is this late in the morning for them, they're putting more upgrades. So they're making it easier if you to have like a 5-man or a 6-man, or play music and all the other bullshit that like honestly I don't feel is the spirit of stereo. I still feel like I love having a dais or like just like 3 or 4 people. 4 is too much. 3 is just enough.
Yeah,
You have
I
4. There's
agree.
too many voices talking over each other, and on this medium, like coming from radio and producing, my whole deal was like, get your shit in. You know what I mean? Have a segment. We bam, 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 bam. This voice, this talking head has what they have to say. We move on. Boom, 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 boom. And the audience hears a fluent sort of like, okay, so now I have a comment. We play comments and we move off from that segment. And there's so many kids I think on this app that are too. I'm gonna use this word, and it's a bad word to use, but they're so narcissistic to the point to where they don't want anyone else be heard when they talk. So if there's someone who comes with a comment, it's like, oh no, we already doing this. What are you saying? We ain't gonna stop what we're saying. That's of course. If you have a topic, yes, don't go off topic if someone like goes in there. But in the same sense, if someone has something to say what you're talking about, go with that. Go to the next segment. Just go to the next segment. And that's radio, dude. That's NPR. I'm a huge fan of NPR.
Same.
Mr. Mr. Smith, are you an NPR fan?
Oh, fuck, are you kidding me? I listen to my local affiliate, KPFA 94.1 on the daily.
Goddamn right, I love you.
Yeah, no, that's where I get my that's where I get my shit, dude. Like they bring it to the street because they've got different segments that are local people from Oakland that are talking about real shit, and you'll never hear it anywhere else.
I agree, totally agree. And like, and if you're from Oakland, so you're across, you're on the other side of the of America itself.
I lived in San Francisco for 20. I lived in San Francisco for 20 years. Now I'm an hour north.
Are you a sports fan?
What's that?
Are you a sports fan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an avid follower, but I'm definitely a fan. I mean, I played growing up. I played every sport under the sun.
Dude, well, I'm not a sports fan. I'm a man in color. I stand at 6'5", 250. I'm not a sports fan.
Goddamn.
And like you might have heard, like on the last talking to Aussie Dad, like first time I ever heard him, he was on a wrestling show, and that's why I connected with him. And yes, I am a fan of professional wrestling, but sports itself, I'm an adjacent fan. I know enough about like NFL, NBA, enough to sort of keep my dude code. You know what I'm saying? So like, you grew up with the Raiders. How was that? You grew up with the Raiders. How was that?
Same, dude. Yeah. I grew up with like the all-star Raiders, Ken Stabler, Ray Guy, like and epic fucking Giants team. Same. Well, actually, the Giants sucked for decades when I was growing up. But I loved them nonetheless, but they were horrible. They didn't win anything until the 80s.
Well, like,
but I was always a Giants fan and a Raiders fan.
Dude, there's a really good series on like Vice right now, like talking about the insides of the NFL. Dude, check that shit out. It's a really good show. It talks about like from them getting their shots to go out there and knowing that they're impaired, what have you. And like I said, like dude, I'm not a big sports fan, but at the same sense, I know enough to sort of say I know what players are there. I know who's in the draft, whatever. Just because when I'm in a situation at the grocery store, there's this guy who's like, "Hey, yo, I'm a Cowboy fan. What you into, dog?" And I'm like, I like the Panthers. And he's like, "Oh yeah, the Panthers. They ain't so bad. They ain't so bad. Because I'm in South Carolina. You know what I mean? So it's not so bad." We have one.
I'm that guy that would have to be like, "Hey, man, you like Van Halen?"
Which version? Which version? Which version? Oh, yo, Bo, we'll touch on that. I have one with my girl Lexi. Double B.
I'd have to either go there or be like, "Hey, you like IPA?" Because like I got nothing. Like as far as like I couldn't
how you
tell
doing?
you one player on a team right now.
I'm not sure if you'll get this because apparently stereo is going crazy on my phone. I've been having problems for like 2 weeks.
We hear you.
Hopefully you haven't been. I guess Alex has. I don't know. But I miss you guys.
Hi.
Baby doll, you are on the dais. So what you got to say?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. My stereo app's been like messed up for like 2 weeks now. I don't know what to do.
Glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a huge glitch though. Like it's a huge problem. Like I've uninstalled
you know
it.
what you got to You know what you got to do? You got to uninstall and reinstall every time they re-up the app. Every time they do an upgrade, we have to uninstall it and reinstall it. It's a pain in the ass, but yeah.
Have you guys ever bumped into it like because like my problem is the entire app is like always constantly running in the background on my phone.
You have to shut down your talk. When you sign off, you have to shut down your talk. If you don't shut down your talk, you're going to stay on there forever.
No, I shut down my talks. I always hit in live. But
and it's still there for you?
It's like a ghost emblem in the background of any app. Like it could be my bank app and I'll see like a faint stereo in the top left corner. It's weird.
What kind of phone do you have?
S8 Plus.
That should
kind
be
of
a
old.
problem. No, well, I mean, it might hold on to like other like sort of holding itself together with the app itself. Because like my stepdad, like he has like an old like flip phone, and I didn't say it right that time either. But when he comes on like on stereo, he uses his like iPad and does shows on his iPad, not on a phone. So I'm not sure if they're just like adjusting to that and just changing their algorithm or whatever. But like, yeah, stereo's having a lot of problems right now. A lot of problems.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Like I had to uninstall it from my phone and it still was in the background of my phone. It's like stereo is taken over my phone, oddly enough.
No, like I was on like a great talk. Like, I was talking to Aussie Dad and Mr. Smith, and like I think I like Mr. Smith a lot more than he thinks I like him. Not in that sort of like homo way, but like, dude, you're a voiceover guy. I think you did radio beforehand, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more as we continue this journey. But on this app itself, like I was on here last night, and like I was on a dais with like a girl from California, a guy from like Australia, and some kid in wherever, and like my audio was just like messing up. I was just like I had too much feedback. I did everything to fix my feedback, and just the app wouldn't let me fix it. So I told him, I was like, "There's like no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool." It's like no, in my headphones, all I'm hearing is echoes. So it's not enjoyable for me to like have a conversation with you or tell a joke if the joke in itself gets echoed back in my head after it's said.
I know, isn't that the worst?
You know what I mean? It's
yeah, like, that's the worst thing. Sorry,
Wait,
I'm putting headphones
on. Am I echoing?
No, you sound crystal clear.
Dude, you're good, dude. You're good. You're good.
Sweet.
Does it have an echo on your end?
No. So you both sound beautiful. You both sound like a ray of sunshine.
Oh, that was so nice. But yeah, I'm having serious problems with stereo. I don't know what you like. How do you like talk to somebody about that? Like usually they have like a help section or something.
The help is pretty good. If you send them a thing, like you got to go to your profile, right? Tell her how to do it.
How do you
No,
do it?
I've had no help because like I've seen people with avatars like stand up and like do shit. I haven't got to that point yet. It's like what upstairs like watch my avatar like stand up and like walk away.
Okay, there is
I
a
haven't got there
chat with support section.
Yeah, no. If you go to the chat with support section, send them a message. They're really good about it. Like I've sent them 5, and
You can attach a
important.
screenshot.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and it's important how you title it too. Like I titled mine "Suggestions for Future Update," and they did it. Like they took 5 of my ideas and added them.
Damn right, dude.
Right,
Dave,
like my idea.
Are you really Canadian?
One of my ideas was to be able to do a show by yourself. Right, boom! All of a sudden, now you can.
Like Dave? Are you really Canadian?
What?
Hold on, I'm typing them right
Mr.
now.
Smith, Mr. Smith, are you really
Yes,
Canadian? What part
am
of
I what?
what part of the Great White North are you hail from?
I'm in California.
But you're from Canada, right?
Northern California.
All right. What was all that Canada that I talked earlier with you and Aussie?
I don't know. Just fucking around. We like to do voices.
Never mind then. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. I understand. I totally understand. Anyway, scratch that. So Northern California. I've got some friends in California. 2 stand-ups, and they're doing really good right now. They could be doing better. In Los Angeles. I got another friend. He's down in the Bay. He does comedy also. So like on this app itself, that's why I reach out and get a chance to talk to like the next minds, either be the next Chappelle, the next Bill Barr, the next whomever.
My dream, dude, my dream is to break into it. I've yet to do my first open mic, but I mean, I sang in bands for like 10 years, so I got no problem being on stage and in front of people, and I'm seasoned as far as that goes. But I've never done comedy.
Did you do cover bands or did you do your own stuff?
My own stuff.
And like likewise, Dave, and I'm not going to suck your dick on this one. I'll tell you, dude. Like I was a big supporter of local music in Charleston and regional music that got a chance, like alternative rock music, that got a chance to get its voice out. Not necessarily in South Carolina, but also North Carolina, Georgia, and going into Florida. So like I have been with the radio a big supporter of those things. Lexi, before I go on to like put on my ears, how have your ears been? What's going on in your world right now, Lex? Let's say what's going on.
Do you even want to know? It's actually kind of depressing. So
just be real. Get it out.
Give us a summary. Be real.
If you say,
well, give me 1 minute just because I'm finishing typing this help message to stereo because I'm really trying to solve this. But I will tell you what's going on.
58,
but I'm going to pre-warn you.
55,
it is disturbingly
54, 53,
sad.
52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes.
It was funny though, huh?
Yeah, it was hilarious. Do we still think The Princess Bride is a good movie, or it's just a talented movie that like we can enjoy with our younger siblings or cousins? It's just not the movie we say is our favorite movie anymore. The Princess Bride, please.
I think Friday is the movie of the new generation.
But what really? Explain. Whoa, explain.
Big Perm, what's up, dog? What's up, Big Perm? Big what? Right?
All right, I think I described that
in there for about 45 minutes. Right? I mean, come on. What? The most quotable movie of our generation. Right? How many quotes could you get out of Friday? Come on. You got knocked the fuck out, man. Black of the berry, sweet of the juice. She don't even know, man. Right? Come on.
Yes.
And
honestly, Smith, I can continue with those quotes. And I can remember growing up with all those quotes, you know.
Right?
But what I'm saying is, when you look at your, you know, your cousin or if you have kids, are you showing them Friday or are you going to show them The Princess Bride? Which one?
Well,
both
you don't want to
quotable.
ask me.
What's both quotable?
Don't want to ask me.
No, Big Worm. No, like his. You better make my money, Smokey. Make my money. No, they're all quotable.
Yeah. No, if I had a kid, I'd be like, hit this kid. Look at this shit. Right?
Dude, yo, like the first time I saw the most waspy ass kids back in like 96 or 98 doing quotes of Friday, I knew it ascended. It ascended
Yep.
to that new level.
Oh yeah.
New level.
Exactly.
So like
Cult
I'll
classic.
go with you with that. Yes, I'll totally go with you with that.
All-time cult classic. I gotta say it.
Lex,
right?
let's hear what you think about like Lex. Let's say we feel like the first one, not the sequels, and then we want to hear about what's going on in Ohio. Oh.
Well, Ohio's lame, but the weather's been nice. So
I've heard.
I've been trying to stay busy. The weather's been good, but
Neil Young wrote a powerful song about Ohio in the 70s, right? Poor Dead in Ohio.
Mm-hmm. For sure. About Kent State. My dad tore that place down before he passed away.
Kind of about what's going on right now. Now, I don't mean to get too political with you folks, but let me just throw this out here. So,
no. You said political. Stop.
All right.
Right there.
Never mind.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
I'm a very political guy, and off the last show, you have said some things that like were more in the lines of like, you know, I hear what you're saying. There's some like more or less like, you know, it being conspiracy, if you will. So, brother,
there's a little involvement.
Oh man, I love conspiracies, but
all right,
but that's okay.
Smith, say okay. I'm pulling the plug. Smith, just say what you want to say, dude. Say what you want to say.
Okay, so recently I watched a documentary that was saying that there was FBI involvement in the January 6th insurrection.
Stop. That's a lie. No, boo.
So
basically,
all I wanted to say is if it was BLM charging the White House, there would have been bodies filling the streets, right? But somehow,
yes,
these people were able to just walk on in.
With Trump mask, Trump told him to go there in the same day.
I know.
That was the
Crazy,
worst.
Right?
That was the worst day in our history. One of the worst days in modern history of our democracy, and one of the worst days when it comes to America.
I agree.
To now
I agree.
For Tucker Carlson and all the spinheads to do that bullshit to sort of say it was the FBI. The FBI who said some sort of lines to that. The insurrection.
I'm not quoting him. I saw somebody else. But you know what I call him Fucker Tarlson. Because I hate that guy. I can't stand him. I didn't see it on that.
He asks a question and looks in the camera and knows the answer. So what do you think about white supremacy? He looks in the camera with his mouth agape. Why should white supremacy be such a bad thing?
He's a pompous little golf course piece of shit.
He's the highest rated cable show, highest cable news show in America.
Yeah.
So
but he says stuff that, like you just said, he says stuff either just to get a rise or he'll just flat out lie sometimes.
Yeah, because his opinion. He's not news. He's not a journalist.
No.
He's opinion based. The same way Hannity is, and the same way Moore is. They're all opinion based. So like that's why I feel, dude. Like if me and you want to have a conversation about like that on the other side, because like I said, brother, I still like you. I still like you, but like if we're gonna go down that rabbit hole, I know a couple of my soldiers. We're gonna talk about this shit. I'll put you in dice, and we're gonna talk about this shit. And like nothing but fake news, nothing but fake news, because we don't talk fake news with the shit. We talk about we don't talk about opinion.
Same,
We
bro.
talk about what is real. We talk about what is
Exactly.
real.
Everybody's got an
And
opinion.
anyway,
Everybody's got an asshole, right?
a very very tight
I like
asshole, if you will.
I like facts. I like facts. You know?
My gorgeous, my lady, my powerful, powerful woman in industry, Lexi.
Let's hear from the goddess.
Let's hear why shit didn't go so well. Let's hear that, and we will try to comfort you the best we can. You know.
Well, I mean, not only has stereo completely screwed over my phone, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to figure out, but I recently put in probably like the biggest bid for a job that I'll have the biggest job I'd have all year probably, and
What?
That was weird.
What
She
happened?
bounced. I don't know.
No, she was in the middle of what she was saying.
Yeah, her phone must have died. So I didn't even touch my phone.
Likewise.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Are you shaggy now?
No, I'm not. No, yeah, I'm not kidding.
So, Mr. Smith, have you done any radio?
No, it's my dream to break into radio or voiceover or both.
So when you did when you were the front man for said band, what kind of music were you guys doing?
Kind of like hard rock and metal.
Well, bullshit, you dude. I worked in the business. You can't just tell me like hard rock and metal. That's such a blanket sort of term. You give me like three bands that make sense to sort of say where your influences were when you were on stage.
Yeah.
Where your influences. Come on, dude. Like I've been in green rooms with like more people will give me a better explanation than that. Come on, baby.
Yeah. So I got a letter back from Sub Pop Records, right? After I sent them a demo. And they're like, you sound like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, and Stone Temple Pilots. And I'm like, well, how could I? Because they all sound different. And if I do, sign me, motherfucker, because they're all going platinum. But they didn't. They're like, they were looking for something super unique.
What year was that?
99.
And because the business was changing, and they weren't sure how far that sound was going to go, because you had like Silverchair, you had
oh yeah, totally. It was getting played out. You're right. Yeah.
There was
Silverchair was badass. They had two killer albums.
The Toadies. You had so many bands in that genre that were just like killing.
But all the CDs you're talking about, I bought those. Like, dude, right? Like so if I bought them, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, the Toadies, come on, dude. The Toadies were so unique. Oh my God. Granted, they were 2-album flash in the pan, but those are 2 brilliant albums.
Yes, they were. And like the same thing still.
And then they probably spun out into heroin addiction, right? Like everybody else.
No, actually,
right?
No. Dude, Google them. What happened with them was they had 2 other or maybe 3 other hits off of Rubbernecking, and they just never hit that sort of I come from the water, dude. Google go on YouTube after we talk. I Come From the Water is still a fucking great song.
It's a great song, bro. It's a great song. And so they just never got out of that medium-sized club level.
There were 2 Texas. There were 2 Texas. There were just 2 Texas.
But is that what you're saying? That they never made it to like the stadium level, right? You're saying they got stuck in that club zone?
Dude, Luscious Jackson, the same thing. All-girl band, lesbian drummer.
Yeah. if
that happened now, dude, the media would be all over them. You know what I mean?
Forget about it. Yeah. Forget about it.
Pride Month, they have a proud lesbian sort of like drummer with my naked eye, dude. Once again, fucking like listen to that song, man. It's
L7.
90s. Oh, yes.
Fuck. Right?
A pleasure to listen to those things. It's like a time capsule, you know?
Heavy as a brick.
Yeah.
Four Non Blondes. Those people faded away too. Four Non Blondes was killer, dude.
But
that
Four
chick,
Non Blondes was brought together, but she became a really good producer. And she wrote a lot for like Pink, and she wrote a lot for like a lot of the divas, pop divas that came in the 2000s. Yeah, dude.
Did she really?
Wow. I'm gonna Google her name real quick, but like, yeah, dude, she was a voice for like all those chicks. She gave Pink a voice. She gave Beyonce a voice. She did, and also, if I'm wrong for Beyonce, I think I may be wrong, but she at least did a song for Christina Aguilera also. She was up. She wrote for pop princesses. We have one from my girl Lexi. She might explain what happened. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on with this app, but I got booted. But I didn't do it on purpose. I swear. I don't know what's going on. So
we didn't do
just
nothing.
as genuinely lost as you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Baby girl, we love you, and like I know, like Smith, I won't say he loves you as much as I do because he just met you, but you know, Lex, and I'm gonna love you. Just be a strong boss ass bitch if you're doing, take over whatever you need to do. If you didn't get that, like the jobs you wanted to get for the landscaping, it's just one. You got a whole city to take over, and you that bitch.
There you go.
So you're gonna do it, hands down. Garbage. Shirley Manson. You know what I mean? Like, what do we've had so many girls like pretend to be that role, either be like Alanis, Fiona, even Sarah McLachlan.
But Garbage was Butch Big, right?
Yes, Butch was the mind behind it. Yes, he picked a girl to do that. Yes, and it's the same with Alanis. Her producer picked her to pick those songs. She wrote the songs, but he produced the music. You know. So it's the same sort of like relationship. The same relationship. The same way with Hole. You know, Billy Corgan wrote all of her songs.
Oh, for Hole?
So when you hear, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the movie Kurt and Courtney?
Yes, I have. And you're the only person in the last week. I've brought that up like 3 times to people.
It's brutal.
I brought that up 3 times to people. And I was like, hey, you ever seen that documentary? It's like, no, I skipped that one. No, I skipped it. And we're on the post.
She had him killed.
A post of, I don't.
Dude, she had him killed.
I don't think she's that smart, dude. I don't think Courtney Love's that smart.
She's not. She fucked up a few times. But you remember the movie? I mean, dude, the movie says it all. The singer for the Mentors, El Duce, she offered him $50,000 to kill Kurt. He said no. Then 2 weeks later, he got hit by a train. Billy Corgan said in the movie, I wrote the fucking whole album. She was supposed to give me credit. She didn't give me fucking credit. And I mean, it says it all. The movie says it all. She's a lying, thieving, conniving, and it even talked with a bunch of people that said Kurt was going to divorce her. And then what would she have got then? She would have got shit because he was already in Nirvana before they met, so she wouldn't have had. But now she owns the Nirvana catalog. She's fucking rich.
But she says she only holds it for Francis Bean, though. That's her sort of out.
Not to mention the shotgun was on the wrong side. Kurt was left-handed and the shotgun
Stop.
It goes on and on and on, bro. Not to mention, he had enough heroin in his bloodstream to kill a horse, so there's no way he could have lifted the shotgun. So somebody shot him up with too much dope and then blew his head off. It's dark.
Change the like the theme. Change the
Puppies and cinnamon. Puppies and cinnamon.
Not Austin Chains. He was in Soundgarden. Apologies. No fake news. Apologies. I'm sorry. I heard that and I cringed. I originally said
apologies.
I had said, like, in my first, when I was talking about Chris Cornell, I said he was a part of Austin Chains, and no, he was not. That was Lane Staley, who's also passed because of heroin. And they have a new brown frontman, and they're still doing good music at this day. Doesn't get much radio play, but like
they're still killing it.
Austin Chains is out there. It's still like doing really good shit. Just really doing really good shit. So
and the new dude. I forget the new dude's name, but he's solid. Plays guitar too.
Dude, yeah, he's like he does it all.
But anyway, Tez, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go to bed. So, fuck this app. I don't know what the fuck's up with it.
Yeah,
but if I don't use it a lot, you know why? Because it's messed up. But I do miss talking to you guys though. So, anyway, hope you're good. I hope you can hear this. Talk to you later.
All right, Lex. Once again, much love. Just be positive in your next day. Let Friday be the best day for you. Don't let anything negative stop you from being, once again, the boss ass bitch that I know you can be. All right?
Straight up.
Moving on.
Right on, man. I think with that, I'm gonna sign out too, bro. I'm fading a little bit. Got to get up early tomorrow.
So, Mr. Dave, Mr. Smith,
yes,
I want to talk to you more.
Let's do it.
So, I'll talk to you in your gram, and we can figure something out, baby. Figure something out.
Hell yeah,
dude! That shirt, that like decal, I want that.
Right? I'm gonna design it. So I'm gonna do it.
And if you don't, I will press you to do so. Not take your idea, but like pressure you to like put name on that dude. That's gold. Like in Seinfeld, when when George Costanza would tell Jerry, "It's gold, Jerry. It's gold." You know what I mean? That's gold, baby.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, you're done. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm fading.
Pleasure. We'll talk soon.
Sounds great, man. I can't wait.
All right. Thanks. Cheers.
Take it easy, buddy. Good night.
All right, thanks for tuning into another episode and another thing with Dave. Please follow, subscribe, and share. I'm on all social media and another thing with Dave. And keep seeking the truth.